We're at flight level 210. Okay, I wanted to check how well the pressurization systems are working. About 200 knots in ground speed. And there's no tailwind. There's actually a 1 knot headwind. We should be landing in another 45 minutes. And we've been airborne for 55 minutes. With the automation, pre-select the flight level or the altitude you want to get to, and then you dial it in, and you just have to monitor the engine temperatures and pressurization and airspeed and other things. It is more complicated because you do have the extra fuel tank, so you need to keep an eye out. Look at that ground speed. At Wheelasac, good afternoon. Golf Kilo Papa Kilo with you. 14,000 feet going down to 11,000 feet. 3025, expect further in 6 miles. Brief runway, elevation, altimeter set, pressurization, cabin rate control set. Hull flaps are closed. Flaps are up.
Speaking out loud to yourself is a major way that single pilot operators achieve redundancy. Speaking out loud, using flow checks and then checklists. These are ways you can achieve redundancy in a single pilot world. Forcing compliance with yourself when you're out there and the heat gets turned up just a little bit is very, very difficult. Very difficult. Comply with the procedures and to bring the same level of attention the 10,000th time you've done it that you did the very first time you did it. And that's where the real challenge lies, right?
The other thing, not only in aircraft operations, but also as companies and individuals should do, is to evolve their checklists and standard operating procedures based on what they are learning. It's not designed to be a static list.
We really have to be proactive here. You can come up with procedures for yourself that would prevent the possibility of you making the same mistake. And these procedures don't have to be complex. Come up with one procedure that would prevent the possibility of these things ever happening again. And it doesn't have to be complete, it just has to be started. It's a living document. Hopefully you'll never stop adding to it. My pre-takeoff briefing has changed over the years. It now has 4 things that I go over and then emergencies. If something happens tomorrow, become aware of it. And I can think of a way to change my pre-takeoff briefing such that it would prevent me from making the same mistake, then I will change that pre-takeoff briefing. So these aren't set in stone. It's a living document. It's something you can continually add to. The important part is that you start writing it, you do your best to hold yourself accountable.
While in training and also after training, I've updated my checklist about half a dozen times. And I do a self-debrief after every single flight.